Hello. In this video, you're going to learn the very basics of just the media windows that are commonly used in Adobe Premiere Pro CC. The videos used for our basic purposes, at least, in creating our slideshow editing basics project. So uh, the main windows you'll see here in the editing panel. And the two windows on the left here are your source video panels, and the two on the right here are your timeline here, and then your output panel up here that'll play the video that you'll see. It'll play your finished video after you've put clips together. So basically, you're pulling clips from over here into here. So these are the basic four windows that you'll use when you're editing together video clips. If you look up here on this panel, these different panels will allow you to set things up differently if there's a configuration you like better. The only two panels that you're regularly going to use, though, are the editing panel like this and the effects panel. The effects panel is the same as the editing panel, but it adds in this effect controls box, which will be important later when I explain effect controls to you. So the first thing we need to do before we edit anything is find our source material. Where's the footage or pictures or whatever that we're going to use to actually edit. So let's come down here to the source media box in the lower left. And if you tap the squiggly key just to the left of the 1 key, that's a toggle switch that will allow you to make any screen you want full screen. This is very convenient. You'll use it all the time when you're editing. And so I'm going to go ahead and make my media box full screen. And I'm going to look here. Now, it says here, Project Sample 1. Sample 1 is the name of my project that I've created here. So this is the project media, all the project media for my project. So what I need to do is import media into this area, and then I can just kind of organize it here. Now, if I want to organize it into different files and different folders, I can do that just by right-clicking, clicking New Bin. So I'm going to go ahead and type images here. Because, as you know, the assignment that we're creating is a series of images with transitions in between and audio voiceover. So I'll just call this bin images. And then I could call this bin... call this bin sound or audio. And that'll be, music files if I want to put those on the background of my voiceover, which I do, and then the audio of my actual voice. Those things will go to there. So this way we can stay organized as we're using this. So let's go over here to the tabs and click the Media Browser tab. The Media Browser tab allows you to find on your computer any of the files that you want to use for your video. So I'm going to go ahead and just go in here to see. And what I think you ought to do, what's best to do, is to bring in files from your Google Drive folder, because you should have a Google Drive application on your desktop. And so to find that, you're going to go to Users. Then you'll choose your name if you signed in as yourself, which you should. And then there you should see your Google Drive. If you don't see your Google Drive, you can simply click Desktop, and on the desktop here you can create a folder where you add your files. So these files come from the web. You're going to download them directly from your Creative Commons image search project. This will be the simplest way for you to just download those links, the images that you found in those links, and then use those files to create this project. So you'll go ahead and open up that Google Drive, and within that Google Drive you'll see all the subfolders that appear in your real Google Drive. Wait a minute, am I in the right place? Yes, okay. So under sample project, that's what I'm creating. I'm going to go here. And I've already put together my files. So I'm going to go ahead and choose all of them. These are my image files. They're going to make up my project. So I'll choose all these files. My sample project is going to be about the Bahamas, so that's what these pictures are of. I'm going to right click. Since I've selected them all, I'm controlling all of them right now. I'm going to click import. So now I've taken all these files and I've put them into my project area. But I want to put them in the images so that everything's organized, so I'll just bring them in there. Now they're in the images. So now, I'll toggle that again. Now I've got images and audio down here, and I have really quick access to them if I need to use them. I'm going to go ahead and click on the images here. Open the bin, that's not what I want to do. Okay, anyway, let's see. So, I'm going to decide which image I'm going to use first. Probably just use this one. So as you saw, I clicked and dragged from the bin into my source panel to viewing source panel. I can also double click if I want to see it there. And if your video is if your file is a video, you'll press play and you'll be watching the video. But right now we're just working with images, so there's that image. So I've seen the image, and now I want to go ahead and use it in my video. So it's going to be the first thing in my timeline. I'm going to drag it over here into my timeline. So by default, it's created a about 5-second clip of that flag. So what we're going to see as we play the actual video is just that image file. Let's see. Maybe I want to transfer. Maybe next I want to show where the Bahamas are. So I'll click on that one, that file, and then I'll just drag it over. Let's show you. And what I've done here is I've actually stretched out the timeline, so we're only looking at a tiny little piece, so like from 4 seconds to 5 seconds. If you tap the button just below your backspace button, so that is the / and I don't know what that other thing's called. It's right beneath your backspace button. If you click that while you've got the timeline selected, it's going to make it so that 80% of what you see is your project takes up 80% of the timeline. I actually want to make it a little smaller because I want to show you. If I drag this in here, as I'm dragging, it's going to show me the length of that clip. So there it is. So in our video, after seeing 5 seconds of the flag of the Bahamas, it's going to switch us to this other flag, this other map of other things. So that's just the basics. On this side, we're seeing what our source files are. We can go on our computer or our Google Drive, assuming we've got the Google Drive app installed, to find the files. We look at what the files look like up here. We drag them onto the timeline over here. We control the timeline. And here we see our finished product. In other videos, we'll explain many other things, but this is just to get you started.